All right. So for the recording purposes, today we're going to be talking about how to utilize trading views and the tools that I use or used to use. How do I use them and things of that nature. If we still have time before the end of the class, I will go over on how to chart trend lines and different chart patterns as you see them on different time frames. If I don't have time, we're gonna do it on the next class. And just for everybody on the class, we're still formulating a lot of things. I think I'm gonna just start doing like maybe like 2 classes a week, so they don't have to be as long. But it's not about it being that long. I just enjoy being on here and teaching you guys. But give me a second. All right. I do have a question for everybody that's on here. Let me go to the chat. I was ready. Is this being recorded? Yes. And bear with me, man. I'm sick, so I'll be like losing my train of thought, everything right now. But I do have a question. Is everybody familiar with trading views? Y'all can unmute yourselves so y'all can.
I've never used it, but
okay, you never used it. That helps me. So I'm gonna start off this way then. I'm gonna pull up my trading views, but I'm gonna start off with this trading views as well. Which one should I use? All right, I'm gonna go to the chat. Let me see what everybody's saying here. Ready. Yes. Only use it a few times. Yes. All right, cool. So for the people that only use it a few times, I'll go through it pretty quickly, and then I'll take it over to my trading views. CD, what is all this? Tradingviews.com. Hello. Oh, why does it keep doing a Yahoo search? All right, so when you pull up trading views, it's going to look just like this at first. Let me move this a little down here. I'll put it down here. Oh, it's my internet. It's saying it's acting real slow right now. Can everybody see my screen though? I'll go to the chat. Where's the chat?
yes.
Thank you, appreciate it. I'll go to the chat now. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like when you first pull it up, and then you could go to like get started, continue as Moody. What is all this thing doing this for? Jeez, I hate all the security. And bear with me, my internet's going slow right now. And if it goes too slow, I'm gonna just go to my trading views. Basically, what I want to show you guys, what is it doing? It was, I guess, making me like a fake account. Yes, I guess that's what it's doing. Continue. So I guess this is something new that TradingView is going to do. Like if you don't have an account or something, it's just going to do this. And I was just trying to like walk you through like what happened. So basically, if you don't have a TradingViews, you can still do a lot of things that anybody else does with their TradingViews. It's just certain things that you can't do. Like I believe like create multiple watch lists, right? Let me pull up Apple. Oh, why is TradingViews messing with my life right now? I'm doing something wrong. See, I don't be doing all this new stuff. Close. There you go, the search thing. I was tripping. All right, so you'll go up here on the search bar and you'll type in any ticker that you want, right? And the reason I'm doing it on the free version is so you could know and you can understand that you don't have to pay for trading views. right? When you're first learning. When I first started charting last year, I didn't pay for trading views. I started paying for trading views once I understood what I was doing, and when I was able to read the candlesticks, I just understood to you know, set myself up for success. And I wanted trading views as a tool, so I just went ahead and paid for it, right? But it was certain things that made me want to pay for it too. And it was just like the pop-ups, like I don't know why my internet's going so slow, but it's like the pop-ups. Anybody that's using it for free, you'll notice like the little pop-ups that pop up down here on the left a lot. I didn't like that. That's what really threw me off. But you can still use like you can still do majority of the things that everybody else is doing. I don't know if it's going slow because of the Zoom, because I know somebody told me this before. So I'm gonna try not. It's going a little faster. I'm gonna try not to do too much on this one and go to the other website so it doesn't go too slow. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the tools and things of that nature. But it'll normally see there goes the pop-up right here, right? And all you have to do is just keep exiting it. It'll keep popping up. But what I would tell you, don't let that frustrate you, and utilize trading views for free until you know that you're becoming a profitable trader. And you can basically, your trades will basically pay for this monthly, right? And then another thing that I will mention too, when you do want to pay for it, say if you're paying for the basic, you can still split your screen on a basic. Let me try it right here. No, see, on a free, you can't split your screen. On a basic, you can still split your screen. And when you split your screen and you're looking at two different types of time frames at the same time, it normally helps you. It helps me, right? I don't do it as often, but I'm going to start doing it like that as I teach. But it's, to me, learning the strat and understanding like how I can tell like it's about to break this is by looking at multiple different time frames. And then when you have them both up at the same time, it helps a lot, right? So with the basic, you can still do that when you're paying for it. What's something else? Oh yeah, and then another thing I would say is when you do pay for it, we all have an investing mindset. Don't just go for the yearly. Go for like the basic first, and then let them send you some promotions, because they will always send you some type of promotions, or like 50% off, 65% off on the yearly one, right? So take advantage of them and don't let them take advantage of you. I'm gonna bring this over to mines because I don't want it to go too slow. I'm gonna close this one out, bring mines up. Hopefully mine doesn't go super slow. So as you see, like the only thing different that you're gonna see from that screen and this screen is that mine is blacked out, right? I think you can do that right here. Yeah, turn it to dark color theme. And I only do that because as I'm staring at charts for a long time, let me pull up the chart. But as I'm staring at charts for a long time, my eyes start to hurt from the light. So I have everything on my trading views like blacked out. So let's give this a second for it to load up. And go to the chat. Maybe I'll close some stuff. All right, this is. Let me stop sharing my apologies. I guess my internet's feeling like me. All right, cool. So now we got it pulled up. So first things first. Well, let me just clear my chart. I'll redo it. I'm sorry. I'm just going off the top of my head. All right. So things that you can do on trading views that I like. I guess we'll start. Oh well, let's start with indicators, right? When you first double tap. There we go. I'm gonna turn off all of mine so you don't get too confused. When you first start with trading views, obviously it's going to be white and stuff of that nature. But like I said, you can put it on the dark mode. or things of that nature, and you can change the colors of your candles. I tried changing it one time. That's why my colors is still red and green, but they're like a different red and green because I never remember the colors that they were. But long story short, if you would like to use indicators on your phone, is going to be completely different. If you're on your computer, it's going to look just like my screen. You will click up here on indicators and you can search whatever indicators you want, right? And you can see that I favored a whole bunch of them that I liked to use when I first started, right? Say like, I remember I used this one a couple of times, but this is when I just really didn't know how to trade or call out my own trades, and it'll tell me like buy here and then sell here. But it was pretty accurate, but not as accurate. It was more so hindsight, but it still worked. I need to do some more back testing on that though. Turn that off. But that's what you'll do. You'll come up here and you'll search, let's say for RSI, you'll type in RSI, right? And it'll be the relative strength index. What you can do also is like favorite things so you don't forget about them, and click the star right next to them. You won't see the star. You have to hover over it and see it highlight, and you'll click it and you can save it as that, right? You can look up the MACD, right? And that's how you'll find it, right? The moving, like, well, the MACD, and you'll favorite it as well. You can also look up VWAP, any indicator that you may think of. Well, I wouldn't say anyone that you may think of should be on Trading Views. If they have a script for it, it will be on Trading Views, and you can use them and, you know, throw them on here. I really, ooh, dang, that VWAP really nasty. And it looks like that because I don't know how to set it up. I don't use the VWAP, but let's say EMAs, right? They're right here. Say even like your EMAs. I wasn't going to talk about this, but once you figure out like what indicators you want to use, or say you didn't figure out the indicators you want to use, I normally don't say this, but I think it'll help for back testing, right? Everybody knows I love the 1 minute, but it can be dangerous, especially if you don't know how to scalp and trade fast, right? Because what you're seeing on a 1 minute is the same thing that you're seeing on a 5 minute or a 15 minute. They're just on a 1 minute, the candles are being broken down more, right? So one thing that you can do with back testing any strategy, right, when it comes to like certain indicators or even this RSI, how I just popped it right back up, you can go to the 1 minute chart, right? And what I like to tell people is, right, this is all the way from January 23rd, right? So let's go all the way to January 22nd. All this is 23rd, still 23rd, right? 23rd, 23rd, 23rd. All right, so 22nd is right here. This is coming into the 23rd. So this was the 22nd, all of this stuff over here, right? This was like pre-market, or yeah, pre-market. So one thing that I would say is you don't got to look at all this pre-market because you might have real time on. So yours is going to start like anywhere between, like with this red candle right here at 9:30. It was like this green candle. So one thing you can do is look at your look at the EMAs, right? And see what they're doing. I don't know all of these crosses. All I understand about the EMAs is that you see how it's right here, like red, orange, light blue, blue. That's a bullish trend, and I didn't figure that out. Once the lines are in line that way, like the 20 to 50 to 100 and 200, it's on a bullish run. Whenever you see it cross back down and this red is on the bottom and orange is on the top of it, and then the 100 is on top of that one and the 200 is on top of that one, it's going to short. I done started figuring out which ones, when a red one crosses the orange, oh, y'all can't see me, I'm over here trying to show it. When the red one crosses the orange, like it's starting to short again too. But that's something that you can look at when you're back testing anything. Me, I only use the RSI, so that's why I understand, like whenever y'all hear me talking about, oh, the break of the 50, right, mark, is because I understand that I've back tested this so many times and I know how the RSI works. These were just like little fake outs, right? I'm gonna talk about the RSI and not the EMA, so I don't confuse anybody, because I know what I'm talking about with this. But long story short, you can see that it's shorted it got shorted back down here, right? But what I realized is it didn't get shorted. What it's doing, it is testing this 50 mark on the RSI, and then when it holds, it's going to run, right? So it tested a whole bunch of time right here, and you can tell this is market opening, right? Like rejection, rejection, rejection. That's the 50 mark right here of your RSI, right? And you could put your RSI on your chart. I just don't do that. As it came down, let's just not talk about all of this rejection and coming back up. Look, when it came back to your 50 mark right here, you can see how, okay, boom, look how it just broke straight through and went right back all the way up there. It just didn't go oversold. Let's see if it even did that at one point. No, it didn't. It tried to hold price. And whenever you see the RSI doing this and it's playing on the RSI, it's trying to hold price, but whatever way it breaks is going to give you a nice little move. Just like you see, it was consolidating on the RSI right here. Obviously, the candles aren't consolidating, they're aggregating, they're going up and down. But you can see this is the 50 mark right here of your RSI. And you can see it down here. You can see as soon as it did that, boom, breakout, right? That was a nice little pretty penny on SPY, but we're not talking about the RSI. So long story short, that's one thing that I would say that you can do with any whatchamacallit, bear flag breakout, with any with any indicators that you may choose. It doesn't matter what, well, I don't want to say it doesn't matter what indicator you may choose, but try to take it to the 1 minute. The reason I also say to take it to the 1 minute is because it goes much more quicker. So you'll be able, if you're testing it from the daily, you're going to need 30, 40, 100 days. You know what I'm saying? If you're testing it with the 100 time frame, then it's still going to take you a little bit longer. The 5 minute may not take you as longer, but the 1 minute will take you longer. And you can go to the RSI class so you can see what I mean by that. And that's how I was able to tell how to use the RSI on a 1 minute, on a 5 minute, on a 3 minute, and knowing if it's breaking right now, like on a 1 minute right here, that means that we should be testing on a 5 minute. No, it's not testing yet. It's kind of bouncing, yeah, because we're bouncing back up. Morningstar, and always remember, morning stars look like this too. It doesn't always have to just be one, right? Because this is a smaller time frame. It was just a whole bunch of rejection. Now it's going up, so it's still a morning star, right? And they're normally always complete all the way up. And this is what, my bad, is because I'm seeing it, so I want to show you guys. This is what fuck, it happened. This is what price action is. You see how this candle was right under this wick? Like, look, just look at this line. It was under the wick right there. That's price action. That's letting you know, like, even though that's a morning star and we're going up, you understand that we stop at these levels right here because we rejected it before. So, or we rejected it or we stopped there before. You know what I'm saying? There's price action there. So always keep that in mind. You see how we stopped down there? Now we stopped at the open and the opening of this candle and the close of this candle. You know what I'm saying? So like, and you go to the 3 minute and just watch it. And remember when I first said it, I was like, breakout. Look how bigger it got now. And it got more room to run now that it broke this candle, right? And it's above these closing and the opening and these closing prices. If we go back to the 5 minute, did it pass that even more now? No, it's still kind of there. But all right, so let's talk about trading views. So that's one thing that you could do with the indicators, right? Another thing before I start using the tools and stuff, it's like your watch list. This is very critical. As you see, I got a whole bunch of stocks on my watch list, right? And I know that I've said, like, when you see people talking about a certain stock, put it on your watch list, things of that nature. My computer's going slow. Hopefully it doesn't. Look, let me just use this one. This is something that you can do. Go to barcharts.com. And I'm gonna show you exactly like what I would do. I find the sectors that I like, right? And this would be for people that are paying for trading views, because I know that if it's free, you can just load up your stocks. You won't be able to categorize them. But for the people that aren't wanting to categorize them, you'll just click right here at, well, no, sorry, that's the add a stock. you'll click right here and create a new list, right? And whatever list you want to make. And you can see that some of these lists are the sectors that are in bar charts that, you know what I mean, the stock market has that that I chose to have, right? Like say consumer discretionary, communications, energy, and then I got like sectors in here where it's like all the sectors, just in case I just want to play healthcare and not nothing else, and things of that nature, right? Because one thing that I understand is if we know that utilities are like, say like utilities is running and that's clean energy, you don't have to go play like clean energy. You can go play the what is it, XLU? Yeah, you could go play the ETF of XLU. Let me see. Oh dang, I think because I clicked my camera on accident, it's gonna start going slow on me again. I'll click it again here in a second. I got a circle on my thing, but it's still moving. But yeah, you can play XLU, right? And ETFs are actually cheaper. Where's my mouse? Right here. Hey, if my screen or my face starts showing, can you guys let me know so I can stop that? I think that's what's making it go slow. I had clicked it on accident. But right here on bar charts, like if we're playing utilities, right? Utility, yeah, I think it just happened right now. Yeah, it just said my thing's going slower. It's the camera. All right, I just clicked it. Hopefully it'll do it here in a second. There you go. Your internet connection is unstable. Man, we're stable. Stop playing with us. All right, so you can play the actual ETF, right? And what I was saying is that some ETFs are actually cheaper than, you know, you playing SPY or something of that nature. You know, SPY is an ETF as well, but yeah, I get the drift. But what I was going to show y'all, let's go to utilities. It doesn't matter which one we do. You could click utilities. Give it a second. And it's like a quick way of just loading up your chart. Like when you're bored or you don't, or you're just trying to find some time to do something, come up here. I'm gonna let it load up before I try to make this screen smaller. Come on. There we go. All right, so these would be all the stock symbols right here, right? This is like the change, what they did today, and things of that nature. But what I care about is all these stocks right here. So what I'm gonna do is let me make this smaller. Let me bring this guy out here, and then I keep my trading views up, right? And what I do with trade, hold on, I need this. So once you're in here, like say your watch list, I'm in the sectors. Let me go to utilities since I'm in utilities. Go to utilities, right? I keep this open and all I do is click this add button. Once I click this add button, I minimize it again, just so I can see it right here, right? And the cool thing about trading views is you don't have to click the add button. You can just type in trading views like SPY and it'll pop up, right? But you want to click the add symbol first so it can be adding things, right? And all you do is close this. You see how you can just see all the things right there? You type in AEE, add, and it's gonna add, like, I think this will turn, no, this will be removed from watch list. So that's how you know it's added, right? And then I just go ASE, add, ATO, add, D, add, DUK, add. I'm just going through the ones that I know, like I really like. PPL, add. See, because I haven't done this in a while. PEG, add. And I'm to do add, all I'm doing is clicking enter. I'm typing in what I want, I'm clicking enter. So NRG, boom. I think I already have it on there because it has an X by it, but I'm gonna just click add just in case I don't. And that's what happens. So now I'm gonna just go close right there, open right here, a little bigger, and you'll see that they'll start. I already had those on here, but you already see, you will see that you'll start to add all those stocks into it, right? And then one thing that you can do is do every single one of these sectors, right? Once you're done doing all of them sectors, I'm gonna go back because I'm gonna teach you something about the bar charts heat map. But once you have all that in here, next thing you do is, right? Well, you don't even got to go to your account. You know what's in your account or how many accounts you may have, right? And I'll go to the chat in just a quick second and see what questions were just dropped or if somebody just said something. But what you can do is go know your account size. Like if you're at $10,000, $50,000, $1,000, whatever the case may be. Now I'm gonna just do one real quick. Let's go to PPL, right? The way you start to remove them, like you could keep them there, right? If you would like, or I'm gonna go to Robinhood and y'all can follow me. I'm just on my phone doing it. It's gonna be quicker. PPL. I'm just gonna look up PPL. Boom, they have stock options because that's what we want to make sure that they do have stock options. And then now that I want a PPL, just real quick, I'm gonna go to the weekly. Why? Because I do want to know what they move weekly. Ooh, snap. I just chose the good one. Dang, see, these are ranges. That's why I said I chose the good one. Because once we break, look, I'll show y'all. Once we break this, the next range is right there. Dang, why is it doing that? What is this? What did I just do? That was a different shortcut. I'll figure that out. H right there. Once we break into that range, we come into this range. That's going to be that resistance, right? Once we break through that range, we come into this range. And let me tell y'all where I'm getting them from. It's like I'm looking at these candles, and I'm also looking at the rest of these candles, and I'm seeing that once we're here, like this green one, right? Once we're like above, like at that range, we can go all the way up to this range. And we start getting shorted, whatever the case may be. But if we keep pushing back up, of course, we could clean that little small gap. But I'm seeing where it tops out. Like I can bring this up a little higher, like right here. I'm not trying to use none of these wicks because it's like a fake out. I'd rather be out my trade before it tries to start reversing. But yeah, so that's why I was saying it's a good one, right? Because it's at 26, then you take it to 27.60. That's a whole dollar move, right? And hold on, because we was just going to Robinhood. That's a whole dollar move. Let me just look at July 15 is their next contract. Right at the money, they're 40 bucks. Oh my God, this is a good stock. They're 40 bucks. Their delta is 40.84. So you're making $40.84 automatically from the underlying stock going up $1. But if you understand the Greeks, you know, you add your gamma to that. So and the gamma is 27.67, right? So here, I just added up real quick. 40.84 plus 27.67. That is $68.51, right? And the reason I'm saying that this is so dope is because your theta is only $1.28 to hold this contract, right? So all you'll do is subtract $1.28 from $68.51, and that's where you'll be at the next day, right? No, I'm lying. If the underlying stock goes up $1, that's where you will be at, right? So yeah, I kind of like this. This trade as well, and you still got time. And even if you go to August 19th, you can still see how cheap these contracts are, right? So what am I trying to tell you guys? Oh yeah, so what you would do is you would go to Robinhood and you'll know what size account that you have, like $1,000, $10,000. You have $1,000 account, you know that you can trade PPL because it fits your account size, right? They're at 40 bucks. If you was to buy, excuse me, if you was to buy 5 of them at 40 bucks, that's only $200, right? So you're only risking about what, 20% out of your $1,000. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at things at times, right? So you can do that. And then another thing that you can do, like say if you know, like, nah, the stock options are well over, the premiums are well over $1.79 or $2, you know, you maybe could buy one contract, right? So now you know, like, this is not a stock that I load up on. this is a stock that, you know, I trade a contract or two because I know, I feel like I know the direction that it's going. I'm using candlesticks and boom, and you execute, right? But that's what you would do. Go do exactly what I just did with bar charts, hook your watch list up, and then go through the watch list and see which stocks you actually like, see what they perform like in a week and things of that nature, right? Let's see. And then the ones that, you know, you can't trade, just take them off of your chart, or, you know, you can keep it on there and just look at that chart. But I would just say take it off of your chart so you don't catch FOMO and try to go trade one of those. Let me see if anybody has any questions about what I'm saying. Y'all could unmute yourselves, or y'all can just drop it in the chat. Let me see. Can't see screen. Can everybody see my screen now? I can't. Oh, never mind, Joe. My bad. What is this class about today, JP? How do I delete the RSI to add another indicator? Eartha, how do I delete the RSI to add another indicator? The class is about trading views, bro, and whatever else my mind comes up with, JP3. And I still haven't, I'm gonna go over trading views and like the tools that I use and things of that nature. But as I speak and I think of stuff, I don't know, I think is vital information. So I just share it, bro. My bad if I'm getting a little off topic. Eartha, how do I delete the RSI to add another indicator? Okay. Yeah. So you got to come down here and you click close. On the phone, I don't know, I would have to get on my phone and figure it out real quick. But I do know why you're asking that question, because it's not up here. Like when you click this, you don't see your RSI in here. And that's something I figured out too, like with using trading views for the free version. It's like they don't add this as an indicator. Wow. But you will come down here and you'll close it. And once you close it, you won't have the indicator no more. You'll have to go back to the indicator and then click RSI.
Real quick, Moody, you were talking about some ETFs that you said you use from bar charts that are sometimes better than individual stocks. Can you go over that a little bit or talk more about it?
I won't go over it because then I'm gonna start, that'll be a whole nother class talking about ETFs. But all I was saying, I kind of showed them already, or just all these ETFs right here. What? But
yeah, I saw that. So those are ETFs. Those are not individual stocks. These are ETFs.
What specifically do you want me to like go over so I can understand?
Oh no, you just had mentioned it, so I just was waiting for you to finish and then just to ask about what you said, which was sometimes ETFs move better than individual stocks. So these are the ones that you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that they move better than individual stocks. They thank you for saying that though. They're cheaper than than other individual stocks. And you can still gain a nice move using an ETF. Like say when I be talking about energy, you can play XLE, right? Instead of playing Exxon or CVX, and things of that nature. And you can still get the same amount of moves. CVX may run $3, Exxon may run $2, and you miss that move, but you're playing the XLE, and XLE is going to reap some of that benefit as well.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let me fix this real quick before I keep going. Oh, dang. That's why I like turning this off, because I'll forget to fix this.
Is the RSI MA good?
Huh?
The RSI MA, do you prefer that?
I don't even use it. I don't even you see, I just turned it off. I don't use Bollinger Bands. I don't use none of it. I just want the RSI. And I also changed my top from 75 and my bottom to 25. And I keep the 50 at 50. My bad. Dang, I think that was Luann talking. I'm not sure. So real quick, so I could go start talking about the tools on trading views. So on bar charts, what I was gonna say was once you've done that on your chart, and you have like multiple different sectors and stocks inside of those sectors. Let's give this a second to load. You can come down here, right? And even today, notice this. Take a screenshot, right? And notice that utility, healthcare, and real estate. Yo, I didn't even check. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry, I just got sidetracked. Oh, is a real estate, a real estate stock. Yes, we did. Dang, that was shoot. I didn't even check it. 132%. Jesus Christ. My bad, guys. So yeah, y'all should play this stock. It's called I found it in real estate. I seen it running yesterday, so I wasn't gonna be looking at the chart, so I didn't put it out at all. But I'll let y'all know the positions that I'm in. It's O, and I'm still in a 7.25 call for $8. Expiration date is 7/15. This trade didn't move. I got in yesterday. It didn't move. It's still breaking even. And then I also chose to get into the $70 call. I had got in at 30 bucks. Is at 58 now. So it hit a total of, well, we closed at 132%. But it's still moving. It's still doing pretty good. And that'd be O, the stock. But what I was gonna say was, notice these three that are the top three performing right now, and notice the bottom three that are performing, and notice how they flip, right? Every single day, right? And as you continue to look at that, like that's one of my favorite things to look at on bar charts is their heat map and seeing what sector's moving and what sector's super down at the time when the market is opening. Like say I can see energy at let's say 4%, and I'll go look at the chart and see a reversal coming up, right? And I'll see this go down to 374%. Then I'll see this go down to 2%. You're missing all that money that's flying back up. And that's why I like to look at this, and I'll see what's moving. I'll see what was down. Like as soon as the market opened, you'll see the rotation. Oh, they're buying up, let's just say energy and real estate and utilities. They're buying it up right now. Next thing you know, 10 o'clock hits, 10:15, boom, market rotation. You'll start seeing all of them start giving all of their gains back. And you can see it literally on this chart. Those three start giving all of their gains back. And let's just say technology, communication services, and staples will be running up. Consumer staples, right? Start running up. They'll be down, but you'll start seeing them gain, and run up. And that's another thing that I enjoy to look at. And then I'll just go in through some of these and just find a stock or just play. When someone was asking a question about the ETFs, I will just literally play the ETF, right? Because I'll be like, all right, cool. Which one do I want to grab? And then, I'm just human. So I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. My FOMO's clicking and I'm just like, bruh, this is way too many stocks that I don't feel like pulling up to like try to see what's going on. And I'm just like, damn, this one just ran $4. This one just ran $19. This one. So what clicks in my mind is like, Moody, stop thinking so much. Go play the sector. You know what I'm saying? If you go play the sector, you're still going to catch all of this. You're going to catch all this move. Not all of this move. Obviously, I'm not going to catch, if this one ran $19, I'm not going to catch a $19 move, but I'm going to be presented with the opportunity to be able to capitalize on it. Does that make sense? Okay. When will you do a Strat part 2? I don't know, bro. I guess I could do it next week. I'm saying if y'all tell me like, yo, can you do this class? I would literally do it. So I was thinking about doing this class, and then I knew I was not gonna have enough time but I was gonna go over like charting, like because I think people need help with charting and like just knowing, oh, you connected from this wick to that wick, and things of that nature. I never did a class like that to be, well, I have like shown people how to chart, but it was always weird to me because it's like you chart however you, I don't know, I guess, I don't know, but I'm gonna do the class. But you just let me know, bro. I think I kind of already know what I'm gonna do for next week, but we could probably do it next week. But I know coming into July, bro, I'm gonna be doing at least, I'm gonna be doing 2 classes a week, and I'm gonna be doing a live educational trade where I'm gonna show people. I just got to see because we got a lot of live trading now, and I rather do, if I'm gonna show people how to scalp or how to like get some quick money, I rather do it at market opening, because I know you can make some quick money at market opening from the volatility, and I'm not, and another good time to like do lives like that would be like before power hour, coming into power hour, so you could catch the volatility of power hour. But I just got to figure it out. So yes, bro, I definitely got you. But I'm thinking about doing like the Strat. I'm gonna do another part 2 Strat class because I'm gonna do a whole bunch of them. But I do want to do a lot of live educational on the Strat, so you guys can catch on live time. Like, oh, that's what Moody saw. Gotcha. And do you always trade the Strat or use other strategies as well? No, I don't always just trade the Strat, but I'm basically trading Strat. I can't lie to you. I'm trading Strat, but it's just I trade patterns, support and resistance, supply and demand, the Strat, and I also use the RSI. Um, what else do I do? Support and resistance. Yeah, and I mix all of that in one. So yeah, so go ahead. Okay. Is a X on the phone to the right of the indicator name? Is a X on the phone to the right? What are you trying to, John? You can unmute yourself. What you trying to say, bro?
Nah, I was telling old boy how you take the RSI off the phone.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Ain't no problem.
Yes, it was. Oh yeah, I knew it was Luann. Yes, it was. It does. Oh no, I don't know. I think that was Luann talking though when she was talking about ETFs. Yes, yes. Can you briefly explain supply and demand? Is it like support and resistance? Slick kind of like support and resistance. I would, if I have time, I will. Let me go. I will though, and I'm gonna do a class on supply and demand. That's why I'm thinking of doing more classes throughout the week. All right, so let me pull up trading views. All right, so on trading views, these are things that you can do. And I'm gonna show, see, look, you're gonna be happy because you're gonna be like, damn, Moody, I wish I would have known that. And look, I'm gonna make you happy now. Before I go through all of these, I'll show you one tool that I used to use all the time that I don't use all the time anymore. Where are you? It's called the price range. This bad boy is a beast. All right, so, oh no, it's not the price range. It's called, because I'm gonna pull it up. It's called, I thought it was price range. It is price range. Yeah, it's the price range. All right, remember that. So what I use the price range for, and I normally teach this like when I'm doing patterns, are bull flags. Let's just find some. I see a whole bunch, but I want to find a good one. Let's go to SPY. Oh, that's why I couldn't find that. I was on the wrong time frame. All right, so check this out. These are all bull flags. It's like different patterns too, but these are all bull flags. So I'm gonna draw it out, and I'm gonna talk about all of these, but I want you to see this price range. And I'm gonna draw the bull flag so you can see. And I'm not gonna have them perfect, so don't laugh at me and be like, damn, maybe you need to chart better. All right. There you got one right there too, though. And it broke down, I mean. All right, so look, pull up your handy dandy price range. When you see bull flags, man, I love this. I'm already excited to show y'all this. Pull out your price range. Don't worry about your flags. It's all about your poles. Take your price range and take it from the bottom of your pole, right? As you see how like I just drew them really quickly, all the straight lines going up are my poles. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of this pole right here, and you're gonna take it to the top, like right here at that line, to the top of your poles, right? And your pole can go all the way up here. It's just, that's where the breakout started. So I'm gonna just use it right here to like the top of this yellow line that I drew, like right here. So let me put it right here. So you see that price range, right? 1.37, right? 0.37. Check this out. Don't even look at those numbers no more. This is your next move. And if you don't believe me, you can do it yourself over and over and over. So what you do is, and this is what I mean by this is your next move. When you see that pole get created and you see it flagging, go ahead and use this price range on this pole. Boom. Soon you do that, just take it to your breakout, like where your flag's at, and you put it right there. Look how it aligns perfectly. This one just went up a little higher. Let me move this. This one just went up a little higher, and you can see because you got more green candles right there. But you can take this price range and put it up here. But since this one went higher, let's go ahead and make that higher. And what I'm saying is, it literally gives you whatever your pole was on your flag. And once you start flagging, this move right here is the next move that it gives you, right? How can I say it professionally? It's the percentage move, right? Is in off the pole is going to give you that off of the flag breakout back up. I haven't back tested to see if it gives you the same move back down. If it fails as bull flag and comes down, I never back tested that, but I've back tested this a whole bunch of times. You can tell me another chart and you will see that it'll happen. Here, I'll just delete it. Let's go to QQQ. Oh, it's the same chart. Well, you can do it on anything, but basically take that price, this little thing on any pole right here, pole, right? And it's from the bottom of this pole to the top of it. This is the breakout right there, right? And once you do that, let me clear it. You'll see that it's normally the same move on your breakout, right? Because this is your flag right here. Look at the pole, same move, right? Let's go to another pole. Same move. So when I started noticing that, and I will see like, oh snap, bull flag, but I missed it and it started flagging, I started getting happy because I'd be like, oh, okay, hold on. Let me put the price thing on it. All right, just let me know whenever you want to break out, right? Even if I'm on a 3-minute time frame, right? Just let me know when you want to break out and I'm gonna put it right here. And as soon as I see us breaking, like this is the breakout. Let me bring this over here. So like, say if you don't understand what the breakout is, all this wick say action, but price action. Let me draw a line so you can see it. That's your breakout. Like even if you wanted to go for calls and you're like, man, when do I go for calls? And you start seeing this reversal right here. If you're not experienced, I wouldn't just take this one. Well, I wouldn't say experience. If you're not disciplined, because you could be experienced. If you're not disciplined and obsessed on taking your profit, don't take that move. Take the breakout move. You see how you ended up getting a doji right here and it played first right here, right? And then it ended up breaking out. You want that move off of the doji, right? So once it was hitting this breakout, that was your move, right? So now let's just talk about the tools. Did everybody able to understand that? Cool. I'll just take it like y'all do. Let me go to the chat. Yes. It was me, Luann. Yes. I appreciate y'all. Yes, cool. All right, so now I'm gonna just go down through different things. All right, so trend line are for you. See, and I'm actually going to be charting. Trend line is for me is for trend lines, right? You can use them as support and resistance if you would like. It just depends on what you like to use them for. Me, I like to use trend lines for quick drawing, right? And what I mean by that is just like how y'all just see me, oh, bull flag, boom, 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 boom. You know, I just use it to draw really quickly, right? Because the lines are pretty straight and they don't get moved. Also when drawing, like you see how I was just drawing this trend, because I'm looking at the trend going down. When using your trend line and drawing trends, you want to make sure that you're using the top of your wicks, right? Until you get experience that you understand like, oh, it's passing my wicks and stuff like that. And this is not a good chart to show it on, but I'm pretty sure yeah, I've seen it before where it's like you can chart something and have your trend line on here, but say this wick was just like super big and it came right back down. You don't have to like give me this pole. We're gonna make believe this is a wick, right? You don't have to try to connect it to the top of that wick and keep going down. Just connect it to the last ones that you see that are still close and running with your trend line, right? Because if you do that, you're gonna fake yourself out. Another thing, I'm on a 3-minute time frame doing all of this. When I chart, and if I'm charting on a 3-minute time frame, you will not see me. I will never do this. I'm gonna show you what I would do, and then I'm gonna show you what I would never do. Dang. Boom. Let's just say I just wanted the trend line, or let's draw one down here too, right? You see how I wanted it right there and how my mind quickly went right there? That's what I mean by when we was doing the wick up here. I'm not about to do that because I'm gonna lose the whole move. And who's to say that we're gonna come down to this trend line and test it right there? So I'm just gonna, oops, delete, next. I'm gonna bring it to these wicks right there, these 2 wicks, right? And this one is kind of off. And this is what I mean, like I was not trying to chart perfectly. I want the top of the wicks, right? So what I will do is this. I'll go down, I'm on a 3-minute time frame. I'll go to a 1-minute time frame to see what I just drew. You know what I'm saying? But if I just drew this on a 1-minute or a 3-minute time frame, I will never go to a 5-minute time frame. It will not be the same. It will literally be different, right? I will not take this to a 15-minute time frame, right? When you chart, well, for me, I like to chart bigger time frames and go down. And that's where some people may get confused with me, but I try to come up with my own questions for myself. Because I'm not sure if like someone would think to ask that, but I chart on bigger time frames and I trade smaller time frames. So anytime you guys see me talking about bigger time frame matter or they hold weight, I am just talking about, let me go to it. I am just talking about, let's go to the daily, that this time frame right here holds more weight and I'm seeing more bullish sentiment off of this time frame, right? But whatever I chart on a daily, weekly, I'm always going down and going to continue to chart or continue to look at my strat, right? And trade the smaller time frame. But I always chart bigger. Let me go ahead and because we definitely not trying to hear your dog. My dog sound like it'll eat your dog. Let me stop playing. But oh yeah, it's 5 o'clock already. So yeah, so let me just go quickly through. My bad, I kind of got thrown off. I don't remember exactly what I was saying. Oh yeah, going down to smaller time frames. So I chart on bigger time frames, even if it's an hourly that I charted it on, I'm always gonna trade the smaller one, right? I like trading smaller time frames, but I like charting bigger time frames because they just hold more weight. And what I mean by that too, like say, you see how I just drew this on a 3-minute time frame. You see how it's already like coming out of my trend, right? But it's perfect on a 3-minute. It's just that wick. Oh, that's why I was doing it. It was that one wick. But it still would do that, regardless of the fact if you chart on a smaller time frame and if you chart on a smaller time frame and go to a bigger time frame and using that is gonna mess up. And then another thing that I would mention too, whatever you chart, on whatever time frame, don't move it on the next one. Like say, let me just delete all this. Let's go to the beginning. Oh, well, I ain't gonna be able to chart that. Well, never mind. Let me show you this. Let's not even go that big. Let's just go to the hourly. This is what I do. Not small. Well, what am I charting? Let me see, what the heck do I want to chart? I see so many different patterns. Let's just chart, look, Morningstar bull flag. Let's chart the bull flag, right? We got the flag right here. And I'm not even doing this perfect. Let me try to get it perfect. We got our flag set up right here. I didn't draw the pole because I'm pretty sure that green candle kind of puts it there, right? This big pole right here. So now that I drew that, I'm gonna show you what I won't do again. I'm not taking this over 4 hours. You see how it just messes it up? It's still, you can still see the bull flag and breaks up, right? Even if I take it to the daily, it's not gonna look, it's right there. It's inside of a wick, right? So we did it on an hour. So when you do this on an hour, you don't want to move this anymore once you go to a 15-minute time frame, right? That's how you chart, from bigger time frames to smaller ones. Well, that's how I like to chart, I like to say. So I don't got that much time. So real quick, the tools, just going over it. Trend lines are for trend lines, right? The arrows are for, you can use arrows. I've seen people use them as trends and stuff of that nature. I like to use arrows for like letting you know, hey, look, tweezer bottom, you know what I'm saying? Or just to like alert you like, hey, we got a Morningstar arising. The person I was asking, this is a PMG right here. How is it giving you higher lows, higher lows, higher lows? One candle will normally come take all of that out. And the same thing, see, higher lows, it came, took half of it out, double topped right there, and came to try to take the rest of it out, right? And the same thing for the up top, right? Higher lows, right? As soon as it's ready, Morningstar, ugly patterns on a smaller time frame, you'll be able to see this Morningstar, right? Breaking the candles down, and you can see, boom, eating up this whole, and your PMG, just to let you know, bro, the way you chart it are your top of your wicks, top of your wicks, top of your wicks, top of your wicks. And you would see how all those candles, boom, break right through it. And you can see how they kind of like literally stop there and then keep going, right? So that's what I would say with the arrow. I use it for that. Like if I'm typing something on my chart and I say, hey, this is what I was looking at, and I try to use the arrow so you guys can follow me and let me understand what I'm doing or what I'm seeing. The ray is one of my favorites to use. I use this as my trend, like that trend line that I was just using. I use this as it, and the reason why is because it's just easier. If I click on it, it is a ray, right? So if I wanted to stop on this, I'm just like, okay, boom. You know what I'm saying? And it brings it all the way out for me. So I like to use these also for my broadening formations, right? Delete. I don't like this chart. Let's go to Apple. They all look the same. Well, here, let me just draw it from, well, I could draw it from this high to this high. I don't like the bottom legs. Yeah, no, it's in a different broadening formation. I went too high. See, but no, I don't like the lower legs because I like to see lower lows like this one right here, like lower lows to connect it. I'm saying this is a broadening formation still for it, not this. Oh, let me delete it. Not that one, but this is what I like the ray for, to use broadening formations as well. And for anybody that understands the broadening formation, I should say this. I know somebody asked me this. I think it was like a week ago. but you do not need to utilize your 3 bars to put them on your broadening formation, right? Just when we see 3 bars, like right here, this red one, that's a 3 bar that is creating a broadening formation on a smaller time frame, right? Or on this time frame as well, because this is the 15-minute time frame and it's a smaller time frame. But you do not need to draw them on a 3 bar. They just need to be from a higher high, from a lower low. Let's go. So that's what I use my raise for. I don't use this info line. What is this? Oh, the info line is just basically letting you know, like, you could draw, you can use this as a trend. I don't use this though. And it'll let you know like how many bars, the percentage and the distance, and how many days basically like it took for that move to play out. If you're charting now a pattern or something of that nature. Extended line. I think, yeah, this is like the ray, but it just gives you both lines from the left and to the right. My chart getting crazy. Let me delete all those. This is like what, like a broad, oh, it's just an angle. I don't use this. I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't use it. I don't even know what that is. It's a trend angle, but I don't use that. The horizontal line is, and you see I got them favorited, is another one of my favorites. I like to use horizontal lines for support and resistance, and also because the shortcut is Alt-H, so I just be looking at stuff and it just be like bloom, bloom. I just be dropping it in there. So I use that like for support and resistance, and I will be giving another support and resistance class because one thing I did like towards the end was something when I was charting something for Ms. D. And I did realize, like, I'm showing you guys what support and resistance is and bringing it all the way down to smaller time frame. But I also want you guys to understand just the range, where it's just like, say, how I just drew it right now, like how you got, oh, it's because it's locked. That's what it is, code. Like how you got some support right there. And also like right here, and I'm going off of the past data over there. Oh, well, you can leave that one right there. And that right there, and then you got another one like this one right here is trying to see if it's gonna hold support on top of that candle right now, because I could just see it on the price action, right? Hold support to see if it's gonna want to go back up at a double top. So it looks like it's gonna come to this support to try to go right back up. But this is another resistance up here, so you can go ahead and draw that up, right? Where you don't have that many lines, and now you know the support and resistance. The only thing is you just gotta you just gotta be aware and understand buy at support, sell at resistance. Don't buy at resistance thinking it's gonna break out. You sell at resistance and you buy at support, right? Because it normally always holds around support and goes back up to a resistance, and you can capitalize off of that. Horizontal rays are what I like to use for my targets. Like say we're going down right now, I like to use them for my targets where I know that we have not taken out these candles in the strat world, right? Or if we're going up, that'd be my target right there. I would have to go to a bigger time frame to be, oh, well, I got them right here. And then you got other targets like up there, right? So that's what I use my ray for. So whenever you're looking at my chart, you'll know like, oh, that's a super straight line. That's Moody's support and resistance. That's what he's looking at. If you ever see lines that are stopping, I like to use that too, so people can see like, hey, if I call something out, or if I set this, or showed you something on my chart with an entry and exits, where it's like, it's honest, where it's like, look, I just drew that. That was at this time of 1500 hours. You know what I'm saying? And we all know, like, if we draw it on a 5-minute time frame or a 15-minute time frame, let's just say in about 2 hours, all of this is gone. And in the strat world, all these targets will be done. So if this goes all the way down, right, like to down here, all these targets, this target is still there, but all this is done. Those targets are no longer relevant, but those levels will be relevant, right? So that's what I use. The what's it called? The ray, yeah, the horizontal ray is just for targets and to be able to stop. But I also use it for back testing or for anything. Like, let's say I'm on a 15-minute time frame delete all of this so I could find it. And I wanted to understand what happened at 8:15, right? I'll click it right there and I can still go all the way down to like a 3-minute time frame and find exactly where I wanted to be at, right? Because it's not a horizontal line. It's not just going to keep going forever. It's going to stop wherever I placed it at. So the vertical lines, I don't use this. I don't understand why. I would need to understand like what can I use it for. The cross lines, I don't use those as well. I don't use the parallel channel thingy. I just don't, but you can. The only thing else that I used before in here, and this is for any stratter, I didn't use that. I used this disjointed channel and the flat top bottom. I used both of these and I still got them up on some charts. Here, let me, I'm gonna pull it up. Come on. Delete, let's just go to a bigger time frame so I can see. Let's go bigger, because I'd rather find it. And we're gonna create, we don't got the higher highs, but we're gonna create something. All right, so I will use this. Let me see if I still know how to draw it with this. Yeah, I think I do. For my broadening formations. When I was learning how to draw them, you see how I just did it so easily. And that's when you know, when I was learning from Rob and Sarah, like it was still a little more, it was still difficult for me to draw the broadening formation because I understood what they were seeing, but it was like, man, I kept trying to draw them off of 3 bars and stuff like that. And it's just like, once I started understanding a little bit more, it started clicking a little better. But you can definitely, here, I'll do it again just in case I did it too fast, but you'll just, it's just like the trend line, right? You see how I stop, I wanna, stop right there. I wanted to stop right there. So it doesn't need to touch this one, that's fine, because then it's gonna disrespect the rest of that one. So I'm gonna just leave it right there. You'll click it right there and you'll see it start highlighting right there, right? And then you just bring it all the way down. And I keep it from a low, right? And of course you want it to be like a low, you want it to go to another lower low, but that is your broadening formation. And you also know that this is your support. You got two major supports right here. And it's gonna be right here. And that's coming off of the little tweezer bottom right here, bullish reversal that took you back up. And then you have this support as well, your breakout. Once you broke out, right? Like your support and resistance, that's so funny. Support, resistance, your resistance turns support. And you can see it from here, how it supported and stood up there. So these candles most likely, and then you have another one right here. And that's why you're seeing all that wick action, and it's literally playing it right now. I'll draw it right there, right? And you can see how the candles are in there, breaks out, resistance, right? Comes back, boom, now it's support. It came back, retested it, support, and now it's coming back, retesting it, but it hit the top of the broadening formation. When anything hits the top of the broadening formation, it always retraces back down to the bottom of the broadening formation. And that's what we see going on literally right now with SPY. I'll bring it over there because I could talk about the other tool on SPY as well. I don't like this too. See, I don't like it no more because I draw my brown formation so much more differently now. Let me see if I like it off of the weekly. I think, nah, I like it off monthly. 3 month, even better. And another way for you to draw I draw my brown formations from left to right, but you really should be drawing them from right to left. And for you to get better at it, all you have to do is better when you're doing it from left to right, because you see you got a low right here. So you just click that low and you just put it onto it right there, right? And this is the reason I don't like drawing it left to right, because I like using array. So let me do it with the trend line so you can be able to see it. And then I'm gonna do it with the other little thing. And I'm gonna show you how to make it look even better though. All you do is just bring it out. But I don't like, I'm drawing an uptrend. What am I doing? It's from there to there. Oh, let me take it off this one. That's what it is. I'm on 3 months. I'm tripping. This is not a lower low. That's a high to a low. So we're going to need to use it from here. So I'm going to just use the trend line. And then your higher highs are right here. You can use it like this. Sorry, let me just go ahead and show this one so I could go to a whole different tool. You can use, I just did the disjointed one, the flat top, I think it was. You can do the flat top as well, where it's just like you connect it. Dang, I should erase it that. And you could come down here. So the flat top, so I could explain it. All of these I used to use for broadening formations. The flat top is pretty dope. I forgot what chart I was on, but sometimes you don't have like a super, I'll just draw it from here. You don't have like a super lower low. Like right here, you see how it's like kind of flat? And you can draw your broadening formations with this tool as well, right? Obviously, when you go to a smaller time frame, you're gonna see it, but you will want to draw this all the way up. And you can tell like anytime we go to the top of the broadening formation, it comes down. That's why I'm looking for a reversal back up on the spot, because I'm just like, we're on the bottom of the broadening formation, but it keeps testing, it keeps breaking down a little bit lower. Delete. And this is where it broke down from his broadening formation and came right. Oh man. Let me unlock it because that's my problem. Oh, where's my ray? Right here. This ain't perfect, but this is what happened. This information is going all the way up. It's just I drew it from my weekly, so you're not going to be able to see it. And this is the bottom of the broadening formation. I'm not drawing the top of the broadening formation because it's up there. We have one here, but this is just resistance. I would have to find that from a smaller time frame. Mark this line on your chart. 416.74 is resistance. SPY is not being able to break out of that. And remember what happened when we were doing that all the way up here, remember? And we thought it was going to continue going up, 458 was SPY's resistance, and how it came down to the bottom of his broad formation, came back up, consolidated, faked this all out, boom, and tried to stay there for a while and then did what it did and came back up. So that's what normally happens. I believe it's going to go right back up and we'll probably get to about 400 and short again. We might go over 400. I doubt it, you know what I'm saying? But then we'll come right back down. Does anybody have any questions before I keep going? Because I'm a little over time and I'm about to stop it, the class, but and I know I'm gonna have to do like a part 2 to this because I kind of got off track. Anything in here, to be honest with you, I'm just honest, I do not use. And I never even tried to use them. I'm trying to see anything here that I have used before. I know I used the Fibonacci, but I don't use the Fibonacci for the Fibonacci. I use the Fibonacci for just a 50% retracement. And that's why you only see the 0, the 100, and the 50. And the 50 is always my entry point for a 50% retracement that Sarah Sniper had created, right? Boom. So yeah, for this part of the tools, that's everything that I use. I use the brush sometimes just to like show like, oh, this is a double bottom, you know, something like that of that nature. Or I use the brush, or I use the highlighter because it's quicker. The rectangle, I use this for supply and demand. Right? Like you could tell like there's a demand zone. Oh, I didn't draw this perfectly. There's like, you can tell that there's a demand zone right there that got taken out. So it's now turning into what we will call, supply, right? That'll be a supply zone right up here. And I'll do that. I know somebody asked about it and now I'm talking about it a little bit. I'm gonna do a class on it though. Long story short, but that'll be, now it's supply zone up here, right? Because it already broke down, and you can see like after it broke down from its demand zone right here, every time it got to this price, it kept going back up. It failed this time, came down, and now while it was trying to go back up, and you see all this rejection, now you know that it's supply, right? Run up, what do they call it? Run up, supply, consolidate, drop. Let's see, that's what I use that for. And I'll change this like I'll change the colors to these things like the ones on the bottom, obviously I'll keep green for demand, and then I'll make these red for supply. So I can always remember like buy down here, sell up there. Let me see. I always kept it up for American Airlines. I still haven't even fixed it. But yeah, you can see like it just depends. I know Roku, I do supply and demand on Roku as well. I guess I did put a demand zone down here. I didn't notice that I did. Let's see how they react at this demand zone and see if they come up to their old demand zone that could be supply now at $15. They're at 12. Yeah, you definitely gotta look at American Airlines. I just been looking at Ethereum. And Bitcoin. Let's see. Circle, never use. I never used none of these, but these three I do use. The text, I just use the text. On this one, I just use text, and that's whenever I want to like communicate something or be like, if I'm doing like when I first used to do chart classes or when I do like one-on-one chart classes, I normally use the text and be like support, resistance, and like just type it in there as I'm like using it, so like people can know like what I'm talking about and things of that nature. If y'all would like me to start utilizing that, just let me know if it's gonna help y'all. Let's see. Yeah, so that's all I use in the text, and obviously if you use a balloon, it'd be the same thing too. I don't use any of this stuff like the ABCD patterns and stuff like that. The only thing I'd probably be interested in is the Elliott wave. I like the Elliott waves. Oh damn, they even got a head and shoulders one. Let's click it. Oh no, I gotta draw it. Left shoulder, head. And look, matter of fact, I'm about to draw this so y'all can see that. Look, y'all seen I just drew this left, right? Look at the pattern. It literally shows you the patterns. What's this? A bull flag that breaks down, right? Because it's gonna break up, bull flag breakout is gonna break down. That's gonna be a TTO on the Strat world, right? And then you have another bull flag that breaks all the way up, right? And then it breaks back down, and it normally gives you a bear flag. I don't know. It's just because these are the trend lines. It normally gives you a bear flag on your right shoulder. But this is good to know. And I would tell people play with this. I'm glad that I just pulled it up. The reason, here, let me just delete, because I was about to delete the whole thing. The reason I say play with it is because, how can I explain this? The head and shoulders, like me, I see head and shoulders so weirdly. And yeah, I seen somebody, I'll just call you out, Danny Snipes. Yeah, you was trying to make fun of me in somebody's class about it. Let me chill out. But long story short, I can see head and shoulders going any type of direction. Like, but look, this is why I'm saying play with it. Because this one, I'm gonna do it and it's gonna be sloppy and it's going up, right? This line that is drawing is your neckline. So it doesn't matter how you see a head and shoulders. It could be going up on an uptrend, down on a downtrend, or you can see it consolidating like straight, or just like this one that we see on the chart, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder, and it breaks down, right? But then you almost had another one there, but it didn't give it to you. But yeah, that's why I was saying play with this, because you'll start to understand in your neckline and you'll start like knowing when to go, right? For the breakout, because you'll see this head and shoulders forming, right? But this shoulder will drop all the way down once it breaks that neckline. All right. Yeah, so that's about everything I use on this one. And then I kind of showed you already what I use over here, the price range. I love the price range. It helps me with a lot of different things. I don't use the bar patterns or any of those things. I've used the date range to just let me know how long a move took as I'm like doing back testing. A lot of this stuff is good for back testing as well. Just understanding like how long it took for a move to happen. These are just like little pictures and emojis that you can just draw on your chart. This is a measurement stick I never used before. Yeah, it's just like the that trend line info that we use, and it just tells you the bars and things of that nature. What's this? The magnet. Oh, what was the magnet for? I remember the magnet being for something. I forgot what it was for though. I seen somebody use it before. Drawing will be snapped to the closest. Gotcha. And then this is wow, y'all be hearing me like, oh man, gosh. You lock your drawing sticks with this and it'll stay stuck. It'll stay like that. Weak, strong. Okay. And you can also lock all your drawings like that as well. This is to hide all your drawings. It's not gonna hide your indicator. I mean, I said indicators, your alerts though, right? And to add alerts, you will come all the way to the end right here where you see your price point, and you just click the button. You'll click the add button, and you'll add your alert. Boom, and it'll populate on your chart, and it'll be there. Let me delete that. Yeah, let's see what's up here. Oh yeah, to split your screen, you'll go here and you can have it this type of way, or you can have it this type of way. Or you can do, where's my favorite? Right there. You do it like that. You just do it however you want, but you can split your screen. You can split it in 4s and have different multiple time frames. So like when I'm saying that, it's like let's just pull up SPY. You could pull up SPY on this one and have that one on a 1 minute chart, right? Well, that's just what Moody's gonna do, but you know what I'm saying? Just to see like what's going on. That's how I'll be looking at the strat. SPY up here, and you could throw this one on the 5 minute or 3 minute chart, right? Whatever you're doing, put SPY over here, put this guy on a 15-minute chart, right? So we can really know what's going on. And then you'll start to understanding like, okay, 15 minutes on a double top pattern coming down. You know what I'm saying? I see double top up here. That means the other top was back there, you know? So like it'll start showing, you'll start understanding. We got small candles right now because the market is closed. I should have did it with Bitcoin, but, and then you could put this bad boy over on, geez, you see how that one just worked? You could put that one on the hour or on a daily, right? And you can see, you'll see your candle still growing. Normally, I like to keep one of them like on the daily just to like see my candle and see how it's still forming and be like, okay, yeah, we still bullish. Yup, we just broke the higher day. Let's go, buy calls. And this is why I say like when you split your screen, it'll help you tremendously. It's another reason why I was able to tell my RSI, right? And like know how it breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I put this on an hour, or is this the 15? That's the 5 minutes. See, look, 15. If it didn't break 15, when it breaks on the 5, like how it went for the test, you know for a fact that it can break. Once the 15 breaks, it's gonna be a wrap. You can go to the 1 minute. This is the 5 minute, the 1 minute. The 3 minute to show it better. Look, let me put the 3 minute up against to the 1 minute. You see what I mean? And you can just start seeing how it rolls together, and you're like, oh, okay, nah, cool. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you seen the RSI like going up, and it didn't hit on a 1 minute, right? On this chart, it didn't hit all the way up here, and you see it's still going down, but it's still like pump faking back up and stuff like that. That is called a bearish diversion. Go for shorts, because when it falls, it's gonna fall. But yeah, I think that's like everything that's been on here. Oh yeah, then you have your, let me go to one screen. Oh no, that's what I did last time. That's why I be doing that. Click this screen, Kelvin. I mean, Moody. And then do that. There you go. That's why my stuff started messing up. I don't know why that's. Oh, what was his favorite thing? I gotta understand. My bad. I be talking to myself, guys. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions at all? I know we all possibly know how to use this, but I know a lot of people don't. Yeah, and then you can change your candles. Yeah, I normally use candles. I know Ms. D uses hollow candles. You can also use Heiken Ashi. These are the candles that I actually learned how to trade on. Like for the first, this is what I traded with, like for the first, like I say like 2 months or a month and a half. These are really dope candles as well. They're for me, they're trend candles. They help you stay in the trade a little longer. If you don't know how to read candlesticks that well. Let's see. Yeah, and then the rest of all of these I don't use. I just prefer to use candles. We talked about the indicators. I don't know none of this stuff, so I'm not about to go into none of that. And then Trading Views has a lot of other stuff that you like could utilize. You can look at a company's fundamentals, their balance sheets, and things of that nature. I tend to not use that on Trading Views. If anything, if I want to look into that, I just look at bar charts. I think I still have, oh no, I closed it. I look into it on bar charts. But you got all of this other stuff like your alerts that you set and things of that nature. You got your headlines for news and things of that nature. If you just want to stay on Trading Views and not use any other platforms or look to other platforms. But yeah, one thing that I would just suggest is like just going through Trading Views and clicking everything and understanding what it is. You can see other people's ideas. You can see other people's charts that have posted their charts in the Trading View community. You get a referral as well with Trading Views. Like an affiliate link where you save some money or whatnot for having people use your referral code. And I believe both, I think if you use somebody's referral code, I think you get $25 and they get $25 off their subscription. Yeah, I think that's about it. No, not really. Let's see. I'm about to be done here. Then on the bottom right here, oh, I'm on the daily, that's why. You go to the hour, you can change your regular hours to after hours. Your chart will just look a little bit different. Me, I keep it on after hours because I like to see I like to see all. It's not even about pre-market and aftermarket. I just like to see candlesticks. It helps me know what's going on in the market. So even the little small candlesticks that are happening in pre-market or aftermarket, I want to know about those too, because they could potentially create a new level. If you don't know how to look at patterns, like let's say, or if it's hard for you to see certain patterns, here, I seen a Head and Shoulders over here. Oh, like this is an inverse kind of Head and Shoulders. It was on the daily. Like this big old Head and Shoulders right here. You could possibly see it right there, but it'd possibly be hard for you to see inverted Head and Shoulders. So you could click like your settings right here and inverse your scale. But remember to do it back on your chart and it'll flip your chart upside down. And now you'll be able, let me just delete this. You'll be able to, oh, I drew, is a Head and Shoulders down here probably because that's what I use that for. And now you'll be able to see shoulder. Oh, I'll draw it too. Dang, where's my brush? Oh, it's on rectangle. Right here. Shoulder, head, shoulder, breakout, neckline. Right. So you'll want to once you do that, just like, so you can start, you know, like, oh, okay, so this is what a bear flag looks like, you know, because you just flipped it over from seeing a bull flag, or you flipped it over from seeing a cup and handle into an inverse cup and handle, and you just can't see it on your chart, just flip your chart. Or if you're on your phone, just flip your phone upside down, and you'll start you'll start to see those pictures a little better. And of course, we're printing it out and having it by your chart. Let me pull my chart back. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Anything else? And then yeah, you have your time frames, your different time frames. If you want to create it, I'm about to start creating some new time frames, but if you want to create another time, oh geez, let me delete that. See, that's why I forget to my thing be locked. But let me take this over to XLY. This chart's throwing me off. It's so colorful. Inverted cup and handle right there. Wow, that's funny. We found one. See, look. And this is the cup. That's your handle. And it go pew. But yeah, we're gonna do a class as well, because I know I did a class on like patterns, but I kind of got sidetracked with that class. But what was I gonna show? Oh yeah, like to create different time frames, you just you have to be on a computer and you have to type it in, right? You could type in like, I want a 6-hour chart, boom. But to like connect it into there, now that you have the 6-hour chart pulled up like that, let me move this. You'll click add. Added. Stop playing with me. Did it add? Let me see. No, it didn't add. Oh, my bad. You gotta come here. That's why. You gotta click right here and you put 6, and then you'll take this over to the hour, and then you'll click add, and it'll add it right there, right? So yeah, and that's how you just break down different time frames. If you want your own personal time frame that you like, the only ones I know I've made for myself that I like is like the 7-minute time frame, and a 10-day chart. I can't think of anything else right now. And I apologize. I'm just trying to go through it. I'm still under the weather. I'm feeling way much better. All right, let me go into the chat. Yes. Can you explain the difference between real time and extended hours, and why they look different, and which one you prefer to use? I kind of explained it already. What do you want me? Well, you're telling me. I just read. Let me see. I'm trying to think of another way to explain it. Real time. Let's pull up the real time. Yeah. Oh, appreciate you, Eric. I was about to mute you. The best way I could explain it, I'm about to. The best way that I can explain it, is like this. So I'm on real time right now. You see how, for instance, the market closes at 4:30. I mean, the market closes at 4 o'clock. If you have real time on, you do not see nothing else that's happening, right? But the market is gonna fully close where you see no candlesticks, anything at 8 o'clock, right? So I don't see any of that move, you know, right now with real time. This is how the chart ended, inverted head and shoulders, right? With the real time, with extended time, I get to see, well, this is an ETF and it's not moving, but my bad. But for instance, as you see, like now that I have my, well, let me throw it back up there. Look at right here, like this is when the market opens at 9:30. You don't get no candles, and you don't know what happened in pre-market or aftermarket. And I should be doing this on SPY because it's going to show better candles. Oh, look, it's funny how everything ended with an inverted head and shoulders. We're going up tomorrow. This is real time. All right, so look at the real time and look at your chart. It's kind of easy for you to tell. You see how bigger mine just got, and it's because look at the time down here. This is what's going to be able to help you understand this, right? You see 1700 hours, 1600 hours. This is aftermarket, 15. And I'm able to see all of these candles, right? 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm on an hourly chart, right? And I'm able to see exactly what's been going on in pre-market and aftermarket, just like if we was to come right here, right? This is aftermarket, 1600 hours, 1700 hours, 1800 hours. At 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm able to see the candles instead of just going to Webull or Robinhood and looking at the price and seeing where the price is at. I'd rather see the candlesticks so I can know, oh, Morningstar off of the trend line. You know what I'm saying? Coming in at 9 o'clock, the market hasn't even opened yet. You know what I'm saying? The market is about to open because this is the hourly chart. So we know that the market opened 30 minutes after part of this candle and still kept pushing, bull flagged. You know what I'm saying? So like all these other candles, we're not gonna be able to see it. So if I go back to the regular time, you see how smaller it got because you're not gonna see none of that pre-market movement. You're not gonna know. You remember how we seen the Morningstar bouncing off of the trend line and moving up? That's another reason why I keep it. Let me go read your question one more time. Can you explain the difference between why they look? Yeah. Yep. I think I just answered it. And you can unmute yourself and let me know if I answered it. Okay, I'm gonna just take it like I answered it. Does anybody have any more questions? Okay, cool. Now I be trying to, I know you probably, y'all could be at work or something like that. I just be trying to know so like I can, if I hear your voice, I'm gonna know if you understand it. But it's kind of cool that I'm not hearing your voice because if I feel like you don't understand it, I'm gonna just keep going in. Like, nah, we gonna make sure you understand this. Like, you gotta understand that this is a 3 white soldiers off of a Morningstar. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Because that's basically everything I was gonna talk about today. And
Does pre-market?
You said what, bro?
I was saying, does pre-market really matter? Like, when I go to chart, it just seems like pre-market doesn't matter like that unless it has like a big move before.
Gotcha. What's your name?
Maje.
Guy, my bad. I was about to laugh. Shorty said she don't like her voice. Yeah, pre-market matters, bro. But it matters to the type of trader you are. Do you trade the market opening?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So it matters to you. It matters 100% to you because market opening should be for. Oh, are you a day trader or you're a scalper or a swing trader?
Like a day trader, scalper type.
Yeah, so it's important to you. You said the right thing because if you trade in the market opening, you should be a scalper.
Yeah. Okay.
You feel me? Because it's gonna go either direction. It's gonna try to fake somebody out really quickly and then come back to that support or that resistance, then retest it and then go. But yes, bro. Do I got my extended hours on? No. So look, check it out. Little quick tips and tricks. 5 minute. I like 5 minute, but we'll go to 5 minute. This is what I like about pre-market candles. Boom, 7 o'clock hits, right? Right here, this is my pre-market highs. And I'm gonna just chart like the support and resistance of like that's pre-market highs. Let's go to 9 o'clock. Let's find out pre-market lows. This is like pre-market lows. Let me see. 9:30 is like right here, 9:35. So pre-market lows is right here. This is why it's important for you. So as soon as this is your pre-market highs, this is your pre-market lows. So for quick scalps and stuff like that, obviously this chart kind of disrespected it and do everything quickly, but you'll see how it works. This is like if you don't know how to like look for your call entries, or if you don't have a strategy or something like that, you can use your pre-market highs for call entries and your pre-market lows for put entries. And you can see how these candles played along. As soon as it broke, it kept pushing even further down. It didn't fill up its gap, right? But look, when it broke its pre-market lows at 1150, it took it all the way back down. It gave you a nice little decent pretty move. You know what I mean? Took you all the way to like 372.
So if you trade in the strat, like at at opening, you wouldn't really try to look for a continuation. You would.
What was your question?
I said, so if you're trading the strat at opening, would you look for a continuation, or would you kind of be trying to like just take profits quickly?
I understand your question, but I don't understand your question. What are you looking for a continuation from trading a strat in the morning?
So I'm saying, like, say you get so it's a 2-2 continuation to the upside. So would you still keep holding it, even though you know like it's pre-market? I mean, it's opening, so it might fly volatility, or would you just try to take profit and then get back in if it keeps going?
To answer your question, like I feel like anybody would answer it, I would say yes, but it's wrong to just say that, right? Because the candlesticks are going to tell me that, right? Because you can tell me that we're in a 2-2 continuation. Like, check it out. Let me turn on the strat so you can be able to see it. That was a good question. That's an amazing question, bro. All right, so look, if you know supply, if you know how to draw support and resistance, yes. And look, I'm gonna draw another support. Resistance and slash. Ooh, wrong thing. I'm gonna just draw one more, and it's gonna be in the middle between here because I'm seeing how this double bottom took it back up, and it almost tried to triple bottom right here, but it failed off of the bear flag right here, and you'll be able to see that on the 1 minute or 3 minute, and then it fell down, right? So long. Ooh, let me close this. So long story short, it all depends on what level, like where you at with a 2-2 continuation, right? Because this reverse right here, we went 2 down, right? You may think that that's a 2 up because it's green, but this went 2 down, 1, 2. That was his reversal. 2, 1, 2. It just didn't go red to green, right? But that was his reversal. This is a continuation. All of these are continuations.
Nah, we just went with some racing, bro.
Well, let me go ahead and pause you, bro, because you trying to, who that, Petey? Yeah, Petey, or he in his bag for real. He hungry. That right here, starting at this 2 would be a continuation. So yes, I would play continuations, but it all depends on like, that's why I say, like, you kind of confuse me because the strat's gonna let you know if you should be getting out. Like, let's say I entered in on this 1 to break right onto this 2. These are all, and the green are gonna be my targets. Bow, bow, and bow. That's gonna let you know. And look, we didn't even take the last target out. And as soon as I seen this reversal, this 2 down, I would have been out my trade. Not all the way down here. As soon as it would have went from 1 bar to 2 bar, out the trade. If I'm scalping, right? I'm out the trade because I already know we just caught a reversal and it's gonna go down. Yeah, it can reverse and come right back up like it does a lot of times, but my setup is gone. And the thing is, I'm gonna take profit where I'm supposed to take profit. You know, if I'm scalping, I'm trying to be in and out the trade. And another reason why is because if you're doing it at market opening, the first 15 minutes normally continues to go in that direction, then it reverses real quick. Or if it doesn't do it within the first 15 minutes, it does it within the first 30 minutes to an hour, right? And that's called the flip hour. The flip hour normally happens around 10:30 or 10 o'clock. And that's when you get a lot of reversals. Like, let's look at all of this. Market opens at 9:30 right here. Boom. Market opens up right here. Right. Let's see what happens at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, boom, reversal. What did I just say? Right? In the first 30 minutes or hour of the market, sometimes the first 15 minutes, you get that reversal. 10 o'clock. Let's go look at what happened at 10:30. Reversal. 10 o'clock, 10:30, reversal back up. And when I speak, I only speak from experience. I only speak of what I know I have mastered and what I have done. You know what I'm saying? And you can take this from Sarah Sniper. She teaches that as well too, where she teaches people like market does what it's gonna do as soon as it opens, and then it reverses every single time, you know. But yeah, did that answer your question? Okay, I think it did. Does anybody have any other questions before I jump off this? And my bad, I know I was kind of all over the place. I should have just structured it. I'm just sick. I should have just structured it and just like went through all the things and then answer questions at the end, but we're gonna get better. We're gonna get better. Thanks, this was helpful. Appreciate you. Thank you for letting me know that it's helpful. I really appreciate it. Trust me, I be doing all these chart classes and I'd be like, damn, I don't understand. Like, they think this is fire. I'll be like, man, I didn't tell y'all enough, but I'm starting to learn that I'm telling y'all too much. I need to break it down little smaller by just in smaller sections, so yeah, I can be able to digest it some more. But if y'all do prefer to have a Strat class next week, just let me know and I could just make it a Strat class. We'll figure it out. All right. Nobody has any more questions. I really appreciate y'all joining. May the Lord continue to bless everybody from the crown of their heads to the sole of their feet. Remember, plan your trade your plan, no trigger, no entry. Appreciate you, Alex. That's who I got it from. Yeah, just remember to do something different. Try to get yourself out of your regular routine. Do something nice for somebody. Trust me, the reward from the universe is beautiful, but do it with good intention. Don't do it with you wanting to receive something back. And give back. And yeah, and if y'all have any questions, drop them in my DMs. I really appreciate y'all. And also take a look at I kind of closed this, so I'm not about to pull it up right now. Take a look at the Discord. Specifically my channel. You can definitely learn a lot from that channel and just looking at the charts that I post and what I'm talking about, and just going from there. And if y'all have any questions on whatever I post as well, just let me know. I'll do my best to clear that up. May everybody be blessed. Thank you for joining. Thank y'all. Appreciate you.